Yeah. I am live, people. Obviously, YouTube doesn't know what the hell they're doing, but I am live. There you is. This is the fourth one I set up this morning. The other, I just couldn't get them. They wouldn't turn on. But it's so much better this way. Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Coping Alone left me a message yesterday. I just seen it today. She's a grandmother of a baby granddaughter. She said, I am the man. And I am the man, yeah. No. So I told her, I can't remember, a long time ago, she was going to have a granddaughter. So I thought I'd pull this out of retirement. Iron Dog 63 shirt. Brad, you should have had that already. I give you more than enough time to get it set up. Morning, Bobby. This is a much better way of doing live streaming than the normal way. Much better. No. I actually don't think the video quality on the live stream is even better, any better. It is worse. I actually think it's worse. No. Well, it's much better. Good morning, Molly. You're looking lovely as ever. Wasn't going to say this, but I snuck in and was watching Molly this morning. She was doing jumping jacks in the middle of the living room in her pink striped pajamas. And she was doing the Olivia Newton-John. Let's get physical. I want to get physical. Yeah. You waited all night on the other. Was it worth the wait, Junkyard? So. Good morning, Kevin. So, nice to see you. No. So what y'all want to talk about? I gotta find out what Mama wants for breakfast this morning because I don't think she wants eggs. Maybe she wants some blueberry waffles and sausage. There you go. Keep watching the other one and hitting the refresh, everybody. Is there ads on this one? No. Damn if I know. I can't see them. At least they had to pay me for as much aggravation that I got to go through to get on. Well, welcome back, Brad. Nice of you to join us again. Did you bring enough coffee so you could stay for a while? Well, I'll be damned. Good morning, Christy. You're looking lovely as ever. So I don't get a second commercial on this one, eh? Cheaters. Bobby, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I tend to agree with you. Well, thanks, Brad. It wasn't a bad night last night, but it wasn't a great night. I was up only 3 times. Three times. Who is that, Gary? Yeah, I was only up 3 times last night. So if you guys see Copen, congratulations on her baby granddaughter. That's right. It lasted a while? Okay. Well, congratulations on that, Kevin. Bobby Sprinkle was a quitter. How you doing, History? Nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. Big Easy, how you doing? Nice to see you. You looking lovely as ever also. Settle down early. I mean, it's too early. That's funny. I had to get in and read some of the comments on some of the stuff, man. I haven't done that in a while. I should. Well, thanks. Thanks. Arizona, good morning. How are you doing? You're looking lovely as ever. Now, Arizona's got a stellar channel. You guys have got to check that channel out. Yeah, you had to see me on the other stream. I don't know, man. It just, when you set up a live stream and everything's all set up, you should be able to go right to that and turn it right on. And it doesn't have no way to get there. You go to the YouTube studio, you go to the chat, the studio room, and you can't even get on. And they say go live now. So you think you're going live now. Well, then I want you to set up a new stream, a new stream. No, I don't have any hot dogs to do this weekend. I wish I did, but I don't. I did chili last weekend on on the cart. That was pretty killer. I didn't even take a roaster with me. I actually did it. Served it right off the cart instead of out of an electric roaster. Yeah, I know you've never had that problem with live streams, Kevin. I just hold on a second. I have to powder my nose. You ever, this might be a little gross, but you ever blowed your nose so damn hard that you thought your eyeball fell right through your nostril? Anybody, anybody ever had that happen? I think I had one hooked to the retina. No. To test the water, how did it do it? You're gonna try StreamYard for 24 hours? You can't do it. Well, yeah, you can, as long as you don't stop. But you'll be done for, unless you're paying for it, you will be done as soon as you get off for the whole month. That the side of your head's cave in there, Junkyard. Yeah, that's the one with the duck there, Arizona. You only get 23 hours a month to stream on StreamYard. So I hit my limit yesterday when I was off, and when I got off yesterday morning. So you was lurking in Bobby's stream? Bobby, you better watch it. You got a stalker. Molly used to stalk me all the time. I'd go to a live stream, and next thing you know, she'd be there. I'd be there, go to another one. Next thing you know, she'd be there. I had to tell Charles on her. I said, Charlie. He said, what dog? I said, I think your wife's a stalker. He said, well, what makes you think that? And I said, because every time I go to a room, she shows up after I do. I'll even go to another one, and there she is again. She'll follow me right to that one. He says, you know what? I think you're right, dog. He said, you're not just another pretty face. I will be there this Wednesday living. I gotta get another cup of coffee. I should have got a bigger cup. Like the guy on Jaws, need a bigger boat. I should have got a bigger cup. We can remedy that one. See, Iron Dog 63. All right, we're always welcome. That's good there, living. Good morning, beautiful. How was your night? Oh, it was okay, wasn't it? You're looking lovely as ever today, you are. Well, thank you. Good morning, JC. You're looking lovely as ever. Teespring. Teespring is probably the cheapest. It's not that expensive, really. It don't cost you nothing unless they make it and sell it. So it don't cost you nothing then. Um, and you can set the parameters on what it costs. They say, well, it should sell for $18.99, but your cost is only $8.99, so it's $10 you get for a profit. They already get their profit out of the original $8.99. So if you want to sell it for $8.99 and not make any money, then you can sell it for that. The only thing, when I had my merchandise set up, I made $1 off and everything, but there was just no interest in it. So that's where Blake and Garth go. Huh. I have not got my Xmas card yet. And I got to get these things filled out and sent out. So I should fill them out today and get them mailed out today, so you could all have them by New Year's. I tell you how stupid it is here in this little community here in the mail. We have our own, we got a pretty good sized post office here, okay, for the amount of people that are here. I can take a letter and put it in the post office, or put it in the mailbox, address it to the house next door to me, okay? That letter will leave here, go to that post office, okay? They'll collect it and put it in that post office. They run it through a machine, take it clear up to Jackson, Michigan, which is 38 miles away. Take it to their post office up there, run it through their machines, throw it in another truck, and bring it back here. Drop it off at this post office. They'll run it through their machine, put it in the post carrier's box, and he'll deliver it. But that takes almost 3 days. Are you kidding me? Just by doing the zip code, you should be able to say, oh no, that's got to stay in this area. Yeah, you'd whore yourself out on the billboard. That's funny. Huh. Good morning, Ron. You're looking lovely. Well, no, you're not. You'll be the first one I'll say you're not. A box of herbs in the mail. Smells good. I bet that does. We got some wild herb here. I wasn't going to say anything, Ron, but your head's lopsided. Either that or your eyes are off center. Something like that. I can't. I'm not a structural engineer, but something just doesn't look right there. Yeah. I'm glad you can take it. So. I gotta email somebody real quick. Let's see. There we go. You think YouTube's getting to me? You're probably right. The new neighbors have dogs? Do they look delicious? Yeah, you got a face for radio. More like Sergio de Bergerac or whatever his name is. So he's probably looking up who Sergio de Bergerac is. It is. I even got a spare on that one there, Chris. They wouldn't turn on. Damn, that was quick. FFP, good morning. How are you doing this morning? You looking lovely as ever, Howie. I know it's not, the dogs are just being dogs. I understand that, JC. So just go out there and take some super glue and super glue their lips together. So when they can do it. Well, I have to eat through a straw, but you know, they're still alive. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to get me a nice set of golf clubs, and I don't even go golfing, but I want to get me a #1 woody about the size of a, muskmelon. All right. Thank you, FFP, because I got some kitty cats that keep getting in my garbage when I set it out to the curb. I think it'd be a perfect time to learn how to manage my golf stroke. Forward! Remind you of a story. I got company. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish. The reef on the back door goes off when somebody walks up to it, or they break the beam. Oh yeah, I heard about that deal. That's right, they're living. Every man dreams of a #1 woody that big. Well, as long as you get some sleep, I guess, during the night. All right, there, Brad. You have yourself a good sleep. I'm going to have to check that reef out because that turned down once you pulled up to the driveway.
Check it out, all right.
Yeah.
Chuck it out, you said?
Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Yeah.
Chuck it out?
No, not chuck it.
That's what I thought. Chuck it.
No. That's a nice little reef.
Yeah.
Let's not be picking on my musical reef now. Have you ever turned on that rabbit or that bear to see it move in there?
Yeah.
I think it's a cute little bear.
I work tonight.
You work tonight? You gotta work tomorrow night?
They said, and I said, nope. He said,
What'd you say?
why not? I said, because I'm not.
Illness and fatigue. I'm sick and tired of working here.
He said, Anna's going to. I said, Anna's going to find another ride for that night.
Right.
Josh too. He said, you need 9 people.
So that's not my concern. Maybe you had to get off the floor.
They said, hey, we're not going to work. I said, oh, we are. Yeah. I'll choose tonight. Because that's time and a half tonight.
Right.
But the little seniority are working tomorrow.
So I got you all on my lonesome tomorrow?
No.
What do you mean
I
no?
ain't got shit. I got shit to get done.
I know. I want to take you out to the stores and be.
No. No, we don't even walk together. Don't lie to the people. We do not.
Chris, don't tell everybody my secrets. Hell, I'll go there and there won't be any flowers left. He said, you go to the cemetery to pick up flowers for your wife.
What flowers?
Good morning, Tammy.
Yeah. Even when we go out to eat, why lie to people? We
What's
sit at separate tables.
I know. We go out to eat. She sits at her table. I sit at my table. I look at, what are you looking at, lady? Leave me alone. Quit following me. No. See, I don't only have stalkers on YouTube. I got them around here too. I know I'm special. They're saying good morning, Kathy. Good morning, she says. I'm thinking a sausage patty and blueberry waffles. How's that sound?
I'm not thinking any sausage.
Okay, just blueberry waffles?
Too thick, I don't like it.
Okay.
So, good for thinking.
Huh? There is no bacon.
I said, that's what you get for thinking.
Oh, I thought you said I'd stick to bacon. Who's a dumbass?
Oh, you heard that, didn't you? Oh, good try.
DeMoss? Where the hell did you get that at?
Indy Gumsy. But Anna didn't put no water in there, nothing. She gives it to me straight black. Beggars can't be choosy.
And beggars. Yeah.
Plus $40.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. Gretchen's not going to be happy.
Yeah, I know.
She wanted to stay with Nana.
When don't she want to stay with Nana? When don't she? Every day. She thinks it's a mortal sin that she can't stay. I did get a thumbs up from her yesterday, and that is hard to get. I said,
I can't get over that. I said to Anna and Josh, yeah, today, something about when we were doing something, and she said, you mean yesterday? I said, should have been up, so I'm thinking,
yeah.
Yesterday was today.
Huh.
The car keeps stalling.
Huh.
Uh-huh. Even in park.
Okay, because I haven't had anything happen to me yet.
When I went to pick Anna up, I told you how I was in drive,
All right.
you know, when she was putting her stuff in the back and it stalled. But when I dropped Anna and Josh off over there, I had the car parked and it stalled.
Would you put on the brake?
Huh?
Would you put on the brake even on park? See, I don't. It's not running like it's missing or anything. Like it needs a tune-up or anything. I'm thinking it's a vacuum leak, but it shouldn't be.
The light, it almost fell.
Huh. I'll have to check it out. Anybody want to buy a 2011 Ford Edge?
2 years payments.
Oh, well, you can probably make a year's worth of payments if you'll take it for the year.
What are you driving? Did you get a job?
Little Flintstone it, Kath. I'll put you in the wheelbarrow and I'll run you everywhere you gotta go. You have a dabba do time.
I hope these people that's looking at you pray for me.
Oh, I'm sure they've been praying for you.
Oh, God.
Get off your rear end and buy that woman a new car.
Why do those people think that I got a job? I have to support myself. Oh.
Yeah. I am looking for another car. We're looking for a nice Dodge.
Excuse me?
We're looking for a nice Dodge. I'd like to get another Dodge pickup. Huh? A white one?
No.
She wants a Silverado. I'll have to see what make and model that comes from. I know it's a Chevy. I'm screwing with Bobby right now.
I do like the Ford Edge. It's just
this thing's been a piece of junk ever since we bought it. Everyone type in the chat, buy Kathy a new car. Well, thanks, FFP. If you want to buy Kathy a new car, donate to my PayPal. That's how you do that. You donate to the PayPal. Don't do it to the Super Chat because then YouTube gets 40% of it. So don't do that. Do it to my PayPal. If you want to buy Kathy a new car, donate to the PayPal. And then after we buy Kathy a new car, we can buy me a new car. Then we'll start working on the chat room. Many donations make light payments. Oh, yeah. Now, when she was out looking at cars, we could have bought a Chevy Equinox, same year, 50,000 miles for like $4,000 less. It had a small dent in the side. And by small dent, I mean about the size of a baseball. Looked like somebody, hit something. I don't know. But it only had like 50,000 miles on it. No rust. And I said we could have got it like for $5,000 less. It had everything that this car has. She didn't like it because of the color. So she seen this and she liked it, so she brought it home. And I took it for a test drive, and I wasn't really that impressed. Well, the first day we bought it, the door sensors wouldn't shut the interior lights off. So I took it back to the car lot and left it in the lot with a note on it. Say, fix this piece of junk or I'm going to, cancel the contract because you got 72 hours. Okay. Come find out it was the door sensors, door lock sensors. So they had to put a new one in them in. Over to AutoZone, and it's a catalytic converter. Well, I know light goes on. So okay, well, those can go out at any time. Here I'm in like 24 hours of my contract, the lemon law, whatever you want. Not lemon law, but you can change your mind within 72 hours or whatever. Anyways, I said, so I had AutoZone. I said, how much is a catalytic converter for that? $1,265. Well, I knew right away what they did. They pulled the battery out of the car, or unhooked the battery out of the car and reset, the engine light, hoping that catalytic converter wouldn't pop up again till after, it already cleared. So I run it back to the dealer. And I said, here, needs a new catalytic converter. Are you sure? I said, that's what AutoZone's saying. That's what their computer's saying. So they put it on their computer and they said, well, it says it might, this is what it could be. I said, well, what it could be and what it is, somebody better fix it because I'm about ready to take my name off in that loan. So they fixed it, supposedly. And about, I don't know, didn't have any problems for about a month. Then I started having little bitty glitches, a little bit of electrical glitches, and then all of a sudden it'd be okay. I want to get rid of this car. I want to get rid of every car. I don't even want to own a car that's got a computer in it. I'd like to find me a 1960s through 70s that doesn't have any rust on it. Beautiful car, that runs great. Put a good paint job on it and drive that thing. That's right. Yeah, Toucan. There you go. There you go. Send all donations to there. Oh yeah, PayPal does have a lot of drama on it sometimes. I'd love to have. I had an old International pickup. I'd love to have another one. In fact, I had two International pickups. The first one I ever owned was a 4-door International crew cab, 8-foot long bed, 4-wheel drive pickup. I know you got a $50 riding lawnmower, no computer, runs great. There you go. Oh, I'd love to have a Dodge Power Wagon too, but I want a crew cab. Now, before I bought my Dodge pickup, we were in the market for a pickup, so I was at the dealer and come across, let's see, this was 2012, and I come across a 2008, I believe, Chevy Silverado 2500 crew cab, extended bed, 8-foot bed, 4-wheel drive. It had the big V8 in it, 454, 8 point something. I can't remember what the size of the liter was. And it had 41,000 miles on it. So I thought that was pretty good. And it was at the Dodge dealer. So I look at it, and Kathy looks at it. She loves it. So we take it for a test drive. And they said, we bring it back. And they said, well, it's 8 o'clock at night. Go ahead and keep it tonight. Drive it all day tomorrow. Have it back here by 5 o'clock. And if you're interested, we'll, do some paperwork. So we leave from there, and we decide we're going to go go to a restaurant. We start going down the road, and all of a sudden the lights shut off and the dash lights quit, and then they come back on and they stay on. But now, wait a minute, something's not right. Well, they do it again. So we go to the restaurant, we get home, and we take it back first thing in the morning. I tell them, I said, there's something wrong. The dash lights and the headlights shut off going down the road while it started. The guy looks at me and said, oh, yeah, it needs a new wiring harness underneath the dash. I said, okay. He said, but we're not going to fix it. Well, they're asking like $13,000 for this thing. And the thing I'm thinking, at $13,000, you are too going to fix it if I'm buying it. No. Don't go to mine. That's right. Yeah. Huh. Anyways, um, they said if you want it, we'll take $500 off and we'll fix it. Well, I said, well, how much is it going to cost to fix? He said, well, the wiring harness is $1,200, and the cost of labor and stuff, it's going to be around $2,300. Mama didn't raise no fools, and I went to school a few days just so my sister could pass when she was sick. Somebody had to take her place, but I could still figure, and I figured I was getting a screw in if I bought that thing. I looked at Mike square in the eye and said, no. If you want to sell it, and you want to sell it right now, I will give you $12,000 cash, and you fix the wiring harness. He said, well, I can't do that. I said, why can't you? Well, we can't make any money at that. I said, but you want to screw me over? Why can't I screw you over? So I walked out of there, and about 2 weeks later, I walked back in because I seen this Dodge pickup. And it was I didn't walk back in there. I walked into the Chevy dealer and seen this Dodge pickup there. That's why I walked into the Chevy dealer. And I said, how much for that Chevy or that Dodge out there? And they said, $6,500. And I said, would you take $5,000 for it? After, looking at it, he said, there's no way. And I said, well, let me test drive it. So I took it, down the road, and everything stopped at the house, had Kathy look at it. We went around the block a few times, let her drive it, and she liked it. She said, what are you going to offer? I said, I'm straight on $5,000 out the door. That's all they're getting. He said, do you think they'll do it? I said, I don't know. The guy's already told me no, but I bet they will. So about 25, 30 minutes later, I get back to the dealership, and I'm sitting there, and he said, what do you think? I said, well, I like the truck. He said, good. He said, now let's negotiate the price. I said, there is no negotiation. I told you what I was willing to give for it. Out the door. He said, there's no way I can do that. I said, really? I said, well, then I guess I don't want the pickup. He said, huh. I said, well, wait a minute. Are you in charge here? He said, no. I said, you got a manager? He said, I sure do. I said, well, let me speak to your manager. So the manager comes over, and he said, what can I do for you? I said, I like that Dodge pickup out there. He said, you do? I said, yeah, I really do. He said, that's nice. I said, I'm willing to give you $5,000 for it out the door. Tax, title, license, everything. Out the door. Cash, right now. The reason why I stopped home is because I picked up the money. So he looks at me, he said, are you serious? I said, yeah. So I pulled out a lot of money. I said, cash right now. He said, write it up. I said, but I don't want it in my name. I want it in my wife's name. He said, well, you're going to have her sign the papers. No problem. So I went home, got Kath, because I needed somebody else to drive the second car home. So I went home, got Kath, come back. She signed the papers. I give him the cash, and we had a Dodge pickup. It was a nice one, man. I drove it to work, parked it in the parking spot, and everybody said, oh, who the hell's truck is that? I mean, it shined like a brand new penny, it did. It was a blinding white. This thing was just as white as it could be. And it had a jet black tonneau cover on the bed with white diamond inlays in the tonneau cover. It was a beautiful truck. $200 for an old horse-drawn wagon to turn it into a chuck wagon. There you go. That's pretty cool. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. Dodge, Chevy, Ford. It don't matter. They're all the same. All of them's got bad vehicles. They all got good vehicles. I just give you crap, Bobby. I've had more Chevys than I had of GM products than I've had any other. But I've never had a problem. The only problem I ever had with that Dodge, and I had it for 8 years, is the rear end finally went out of it. And that's when I got rid of it. It does, Chevy does make it hard to, the turning radius is different. Unless you can get one of them that's got that four-wheel independent steering. Well, they are moving the GM plants out of Mexico. They're starting to build more GM plants in America again. That's where it went wrong. People should have said no. No, they ain't gonna buy anything that's not made in America, and especially cars. The biggest mistake they did is when they started letting them Hondas and Yamahas and all that other stuff into the country to be sold. The Honda cars and the Toyotas and all that other stuff. Your mom got her things Wednesday. What, the one doing all the barking is a young medium pup? Well, that's easy enough. You tried staple? Just saying. Like Scrooge. I can't get his antlers attached to his head. Have you tried Staples? He had the DTs yesterday, day before 3. Just one pot made up for it yesterday. He had 13. Good morning, Mama Renda. Right, you are supposed to drive them. I knew an old man that lived down the street from us when I was a kid. He had an old 65 Apache pickup. And it was in 82. He was still driving that pickup 20 miles to work, 20 miles back. And every day when he got home, if he went to the store or whatever, he got in his pickup and left. But there's a straight 6 with a 3-speed on the tree. But every day when he got home, he pulled it up into the barn, got out, and went into the house. And that truck actually was a nice looking truck at that age. I mean, it had surface rust on it, but it didn't have any rust holes or nothing. No. Well, that was the biggest mistake there, letting anything in to begin with. But when you start to sending your parts out to be made in another country and then send them back here to get put together, that's another big mistake. Should have never happened. You know, we don't need to buy nothing from another country. We have everything right here that we can live on right here in this country. We don't need to buy another thing from another country. And if we didn't buy anything from another country, they'd all be broke. That's the problem. We'd be richer than hell and they'd all be broke. All right there, FFP. You had yourself a great day. Soar like an eagle. There you go. And I'm not saying this to be mean to other countries, but, you know, well, you know, Grizz, now you have no choice. It's not that we all done it. This has been going on for 50 years. You have no choice. All the mom and pop shops have closed down because of, you know, shopping out of country. There aren't any mom and pop places hardly anymore anywhere. Well, yeah, there are still some, but they can't carry enough stuff to, you know, feed the need. And then the government wants to say, oh, after Black Friday, shop at your local shops on Saturday. You know, it should be shop local every day. You remember when Walmart said they didn't have hardly anything from China, and then somebody went in there and found like 99% of their stuff was, or 90% of their stuff was from China? So remember that? That happened. That was about 20 years ago. No. Well, what kind of beer do you drink there, Grizz? How you doing, Mike? Nice to have you here. Huh? You finally got your uniform?
Fuck yeah. That's your asshole.
Got a dark colored shirt too.
Yeah. You look like a company man there.
Yeah.
You are?
I love it.
Okay, Natural Ice. Isn't that Natty Light? Natty Light's owned by Anheuser-Busch, which is owned by Heineken, right? Who owns Anheuser-Busch? No. if I'm correct.
There's nothing under there. What do you get a flashlight for? What are you
I stand corrected. It is American Brewer. Okay. It is American Brewer. Anheuser-Busch is owned by ABI and Beverage. Is an American brewing company headquarters in St. Louis, Missouri since 2008. Well, the reason why I was saying that is because I know it's Budweiser that's owned by Heineken or whatever. There you go. She did fine. She's okay. Living. Thanks for asking. No. Well, you know how you make that dog happy, don't you there, JC? Take some super glue, pull up his lips, put him like that so it's got a smile on his face. Put a little, shadow there, eye shadow. A little bit of mascara, pretty up that dog just a little bit. So. I think that was a pretty cool little teddy bear there for $3. Huh? Well, isn't that the teddy bear?
No, your flowers are going to first.
Oh, do the teddy bear.
Yeah, and it don't sing.
Yes, it does. You got to flip it to the second one. Oh, maybe not sing. There you go. It does play music, though.
Hey.
Okay, shut it off.
Why?
Because I'm going to get a copyright.
Oh, shut it off.
It's obvious they don't care. Well, if you gussied up that dog, put it in a dress and stuff, maybe they would.
Well, no, why would I put that up there?
You're right. Yes, they do. And the worst thing of it is when they started making that decision, the union should have said, no, we're not going to allow you to send our jobs across. Either do that. They should have stood up right then and drew a line in the sand and either forced them, either you do it this way so we can keep this all in America or else. That's the problem. Like where Kathy works, it's a union shop. She's not union because she's temp. And I had, and she knows how I feel about temp services. I think they ought to be against the law because that's just giving companies the option to have help without paying for it.
Where's Tyler's ultrasound picture?
Huh?
What's hanging here? Where is this ultrasound picture?
I have no idea. It's probably in that china cabinet.
Yeah, you want it? It's antique. Hanging in your truck.
Yeah, how many years ago that was that? 2013.
Yeah.
6 years ago. 2007.
Hey, any of you girls like a clown? Do they? You can go hang it up in their bedroom. I'll give it to you. I've tried to sell it. Nobody wants it. It's a nice clown. You hang it up in your bedroom.
I guess.
Well, then take it.
There's worth money.
Nobody said fine on fucking things that ain't worth fuck.
Shut up, Kurt.
What's that? Sorry.
No, nobody wants.
asked you
No,
to
I
buy
tried
it.
to sell it on eBay. Here, I'll show everybody first before I get rid of it.
Just in case you can think of that dollar.
Huh? Hey, I bought this a long time ago. I think it's a nice looking clown. I had it on eBay. I never even got an offer on it, but it's got the certificate of authentication on it and everything. I'm gonna give it to my granddaughters. I can put, here you go, Kurt. It's got a porcelain face. It's got a wooden slide seat, swing seat that it sits on. So, Kurt, come get this thing. There you go.
Yeah, until this thing comes alive at night.
It ain't gonna come alive. It is nice, isn't it, though? It's nice and heavy.
It doesn't come off this, does it?
No, it doesn't come off this.
So, like,
It's made to sit, hang from the ceiling or whatever.
oh, really?
Yeah, so put a hook up in the ceiling or.
Yeah.
Are you watching?
Oh.
It's a 25.
Yeah, don't buy it. Creepy. You want to know what's creepy? Is when you start putting lipstick on Seamus. And then start whispering sweet nothings in the cat's ear. That's creepy. I know, I can tell you this, you despise unions. No. That's right. They'll be thinking about me forever. Hey, if they don't want that, bring it back and I don't know, I'll do something with it. But don't throw it away. Because when I checked, I thought they were like $100 and some when you buy them brand new.
Yeah.
Yep. You'd be happy if you had 5,000 penguins around here for Christmas? That'd be pretty cool.
Anyhow,
You're not actually paying them for a job. What you're paying them for is the protection that the company can't just do whatever they want to do to you. They get you better benefits. They get you better insurance, or they're supposed to get you better benefits, better insurance, better working conditions, and seniority rates. Because if you didn't have a union, they could hire somebody up in the street, Joe Blow, Hitchamago or whatever, and say, hey, you know what? I like you so much, I'm going to give you 4 weeks vacation paid. John comes in here. He's been in there for 35 years. And John says, I'd like to take a vacation. Sure, you can take a week. Can I have 4 weeks like you just give Joe Blow a show? Well, no. Why? He said, well, we don't like you as much. And by the way, that week's vacation you got is going to be non-paid. Now, how is that fair? That's why unions come about. Unions come about because they were working people to death for little or no money, and the companies were making big profits. No. That's right. They're just like politicians. They all lie to you. I am a big supporter of union shops, okay? And I'm going to tell you the truth. I got fired 3 times from the same company for violating a rule they said I violated that I did not violate. 3 times. Every time we took it to an arbitrator, and the arbitrator told them they were wrong. They could not fire me for that reason, and that I did not violate the rule. Every time. The third time, they wouldn't bring me back. They refused. They went to a Court of Appeals up in Detroit. I won the Court of Appeals up in Detroit. They didn't like that decision. They took it to the 7th District Court of Appeals, which the next court from that is the Supreme Court. You can't get any higher than the 7th Court of Appeals. I went to the 7th Court of Appeals and I won that. By winning that, that pretty much mortared it in that I was right and they were wrong. For a couple of weeks, they were mulling over. They wanted to take it to the top court. They had already spent in excess of $700,000 in lawyer fees to keep me fired. When it was all said and done, they were over $1.25 million. Lawyer fees, back pay, and lawyer fees for the Teamster. And I still won. I didn't violate nothing. I backed down the street because the street didn't have an outlet. It didn't have a turnaround. They told me that I could go down to the end of the street and turn around in a driveway. Okay, for you people that know anything about truck driving, have you ever seen anybody that owns their own property say you can turn your big semi around in my driveway, on my concrete driveway? Never in my lifetime have I ever seen anybody say that. And they said they had a letter to prove it. So the arbitrator, the arbitrator said, well, let's see that letter. They couldn't produce it. Well, they said there was a turnaround down at the end of the street. So I went down there before the next arbitration meeting, the next day. I went down there and I measured it. The turnaround was exactly 4 inches skinnier than the regular road. There was no turnaround. I took pictures of it, and I took pictures of the tape measure. And when it was all said and done, I was in the right. I was backing down the street. I was going with the flow of traffic. They tried to tell me I was on the wrong side of the street. I should have been backing down with traffic coming at me. I said, no, you don't. You back with traffic and you come out with traffic. Well, they said I was wrong. The state police, they did a letter, and it was a 4-page letter stating that I could, if I had to and there was no way to turn around, I could back this truck up 35 miles and there wouldn't be a thing they could do about it, as long as I was going with the flow of traffic. And that come from the state trooper head. So, you guys think, you may not like unions or whatever, but unions do have a practical purpose. The reason why they fired me at work is because I would not let them push over other employees. I would not let them, put their thumb on them and coerce them. Somebody have a problem with them, I'd go in there and say, hey, what about this? Why are you guys doing this? And I wasn't even the union rep. Because sometimes our union reps were, or union stewards, they didn't have the testicular fortitude to go ask questions, and I did. And that's what absolutely ticked them off. We were at a union meeting one day, and the manager was in there, division manager. And I said something, and he said, well, I'm not a Keith Miller fan. And I looked right at him. I said, well, that's okay. We got 35 people here, I bet, are a Keith Miller fan more than they are a Bill Cram fan. And I knew right then and there, the guy didn't like me. It's because he was an ass, and I knew he was. So he owned a garbage company before he come to work for us. He owned a garbage company. He had a CDL, and he could drive, but that didn't make him a garbage man. You know what I mean? Bass, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. No, in a non-union, it's not likely to happen because they just fire you. You're not going to get your job back. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can take them to court for unlawful termination, and you might win that way, but that doesn't mean they have to give you your job back. That's good there, Bobby. It's good. Well, yeah. Most of the companies are starting to come around with, happy employees makes a happy workforce, makes a happy or bigger profits. Did you just see where that company, that development company, developed 10 million square feet of property? And or 20 million square feet of property, 20 million square foot of property or whatever, they developed it. And for a Christmas bonus, they took $10 million and they give it to their employees. They had 186 employees. They got a $10 million Christmas bonus for their employees. And they took the number of years of service. That's what you got for a bonus. The lowest amount of money anybody got was a person that hadn't even started working yet. Their first day of work was going to be January 1st, and he got a $100 bonus. The highest one was like $286,000 Christmas bonus. They're going to get a 40% tax rate on it, but that's how you make your employees happy, is you treat them right. Well, when I first started working for the garbage company, they treated everybody good. They did. But then they brought in some ball breakers. They wanted to break some balls, and then they wanted to lower your wages. Well, they already lowered them once, and they wanted to lower them again. Well, they wanted to be a competitive. They're one of the third largest garbage company in the world, but they wanted to pay you like you were, from a small local garbage company, give you minimum wage. Yeah. Well, yeah, you'd hate to have retired a month ago. That's right. Yeah. No. I got a good retirement, or supposed to have a good retirement, a Teamster pension. When I left, I was supposed to get $2,500 a month. That was my pension setup. Well, since then, y'all know who Jimmy Hoffa was? Well, Jimmy Hoffa took $5 million out of our local's pension fund and loaned it to somebody. Well, we never did get the money back. Well, our local had to pay that back to the national chapter. Okay, the national Teamsters, with interest, according to the federal. You know how long it takes to pay back $5 million with interest? Evidently, it takes 100 years. Because it pretty much bankrupt our chapter and or our local. And my retirement went from like $2,500 to like $700. Now, who got screwed? It's us. The federal government did that. There's no damn way that $5 million wasn't paid back. Yes, dear. What are you looking for?
Ford F-250, 2020.
Yeah.
That's what I want for Christmas.
That's what you want for Christmas? It's out there in the driveway.
I still see the Equinox.
I bought Jason, I don't know what it is. He's getting movies. Green Mile.
Well, you know, you're very well right. We got a small garbage company that's, you know, doing our area now because the unionized garbage company lost the city contract, so they moved out. But that was one I used to work for. But they moved out, and this one they hire all the time, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the top, 10 employees or whatever are probably in like Flint, but the rest of them, I'm sure, aren't in snug as a bug as a rug like the rest of them. We were supposed to get, we were supposed to get the cost of living and everything else. I have 25 years in the Teamsters. My pension is fully paid and vested. Okay. That was one of the deals when we settled this arrangement with the appellate court, that they had to pay my Teamster pension up in full and pay it off. So I had a full Teamster ride pension. They didn't want to do it, but they did. So. And I'll tell you another thing, which when I won, and they wouldn't pay me or whatever, and I had waited, I don't know, a couple of months. I finally walked in there one day to the shop, and they looked at me and said, "What are you doing here?" This is on a Friday or on a Wednesday. I said, "I'm going to tell you right now," and the plant manager is right there. You can get off in your dead ass, make a phone call. You can call whoever you got to call. But either you guys have a check for me by Monday, or Tuesday morning, I'm going to come in here and sit in the break room after I clock in, and I'm not going to do a damn thing. And if you so much as bother me, I'll put up a harassment lawsuit against you and this company like you ain't never seen before. I got a call from the union Monday. Hey, your check's here. So. Huh. Yes, they do allow you to get rid of bad employees there, Chris. That's where everybody says, well, the unions protect bad employees. Sure, you make a mistake, the union will protect you. But if you are a complete idiot and a complete loser and a complete moron and a bad employee, your protection only goes so far. And all you got to do, all the company has to do is write you up 3 times in a 12-month period. And if you're that big of a screw up, it's not that hard to get it done. Who?
Dick shirt.
Oh.
Doesn't feel like that. Right here. Look.
Yeah?
He says, no. Feel right here. He puts his leg up. He says, feel right here. So I go to feel it in his pants. And he says,
Wait a minute. Is that still on?
probably not. Anyways. I just, I'm telling you
So,
right now. I like
he's my son is He was a union pipe layer for the oil pipes. He worked for Intiva, which is General Motors. He was in the union there. And now he works for Adrian Steel, and they make Adrian Steel toolboxes, the ones that fit on your pickup trucks or in your vans and stuff like that. He makes those, and he's in the union there. He loves the job.
Oh,
You,
it's not a union.
huh?
It's not a union.
It's not union?
No,
I thought it was a union job.
no, it's not a piece of shit union.
Huh?
It's not a piece of crap union.
Oh, I thought it was a union job.
They treat you a hell of a lot better than a union.
Yeah,
Yup.
I'm mistaken. I thought it was a union shop.
So,
Well, that's called moral turpitude, but teachers can be fired for a number of reasons. Bad performance, absenteeism, you name it. There's a lot of things you can get fired for. You can get fired for anything, and it doesn't matter if you're in a union or non-union. All right, well, say there's a union shop and a non-union shop. The new union shop is paying their employees $25 an hour. And the employees have got to pay 2 hours a month union dues, so that's $50. Okay. The non-union shop is making the same product as the union shop. They're paying their employees $12.50 an hour. Okay. And at the end of the day, they are still selling the same product as the union shop to the consumer for the same price as the union shop. Now, who's screwing who over? The union shop has health benefits or health insurance. They have dental, vision, life insurance. The non-union shop offers vacation pay. That's it. The union shop, or then vacation pay and holiday pay, all that's all in there. The non-union shop offers vacation pay and holiday pay, and that's it. Time and a half, just like everybody else or whatever. Now, who's screwing who over? There's a lot of non-union shops selling the same product as the union shops for the same money, paying the guys half of what they're paying the union wages. So somebody's screwing somebody over. Good morning, Carolyn. You're looking lovely as ever. No, I did not. What do you mean that ain't no comparison? I just give you the same parameters for everything. If they're the same shops, one pays $12.50, the other one pays $25, but one's unionized, the other one isn't unionized. One offers health benefits, insurance, and everything else, paid vacations, the whole 9 yards, and this one just offers paid vacations and holiday pay. But they're both selling the same product for the same price. Now, who's screwing who over? If the union shop is selling widgets for $2.50 a piece, and still making a profit, how much profit is that non-union shop selling that same widget for $2.50 a piece making? They're not sharing it with their employees. They're making a lot more profit than the non-union shop, or than they're making a lot more profit than the union shop. Huh. There you go. Huh. Well, at 79 years old, she should retire to begin with. Right. But I just give you the same comparison. And it does happen. There are non-union shops and union shops doing the same thing, charging the same price for the same product, but one's paying half as much as what the other one's paying. So the one that's paying half as much is making more profit on their product, but they're not giving it to their employees. That's a non-union shop. And I have no problem with somebody making a profit. I don't. More power to it. But if you want to compare unions and non-unions and make, one is better than the other, they both have their own faults. I know, electricians or let's go to garages. $100 an hour for a garage. You get an ASE certified mechanic making $35, $40 an hour. But there's other garages that are licensed that don't have certified mechanics there, and they're paying them $12.50 an hour, but they're still getting $100 an hour. Why? Because they got the license. Well, she makes $250,000 a year. She's 79 years old. She's 15 years past retirement age. Why does she want to keep traveling? Why does she want to keep being on the airplane? At $250,000 a year, I would think she'd have a hell of a nest egg saved up because, you're never home. You don't have any bills. You got your own outfits. I mean, you got a company uniforms. You don't have no clothing. You're never home. So. What do you mean different customers? They both got green money, don't they? They're not the different customers. It doesn't matter. If one garage has Joe Schmo come down here from this side of the street and the other garage has Joe Schmo's neighbor go to their garage. I'm not saying government contracts. You're the one that brought in government contracts there, Grizz. I'm saying people. Why? So people go into regular places to work or to buy products. She was in the union for 52 years. All right, there, Mike. Have a great day at work. All right, there, Levin. You have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Glad it's Friday. There you go. Yep. I'll be on probably around 7:30 tomorrow if I can figure out how to get YouTube to work. But that doesn't mean that's their entire customer base there, Grizz. Unions are really good if they're used for the right purpose. If they're used for the wrong purpose, they're not good. It's all with the purpose. The people that manipulate the unions make it bad. It's not the union itself. It's the people who manipulate it. I think you're wrong there, Grizz. because there's a lot of companies out there that are unionized that don't have government contracts. We got a construction company that's unionized here, and they're one of the biggest construction companies in the state. And they're constantly hiring. That's because they treat their employees right. They are unionized. They give them union benefits and everything else. And right next door to them is another construction company. It's almost just as big as them, and they're non-union. They pay them guys probably 2/3 of what the unionized construction company gets. They treat their employees well. They give them holiday pay and vacation pay and all that, and health insurance and everything else. What's that?
We're talking highly about unions.
You better shut up before I come over and dust your forehead.
Unions aren't even good.
Yeah, I tell you what, boy. By the time you get done, you look like a baseball cap with a pair of shoes underneath it. So, anyways, you know, it depends. They're both the same. The ones that do compete in non-union projects actually charge union employees non-union value. I'm not even understanding that. I figured it out. Iron's room. We're never right. Yeah, we're never right. Nobody's never right. How you doing there, Skeeter? Nice to see you. Well, I don't know. It doesn't happen here, Grizz. So. Then again, you know, Michigan is a big unionized state, so. Excuse me. So. And we actually have union shops that bring in non-union shops to help because they can't get enough help. So is that wrong? They don't make them unionized. They bring them in just like a temp service. They bring them in to help. They give them a side job. You know, when they're doing we got a hospital right now that's got a unionized heating and plumbing contractor working on it right now. And he's got 3 different plumbing contractors working for him that are small independents. Only got 1 or 2 people working for him. And they're in there doing different parts of the building. So they do work in harmony with one another. And I'm sure they're getting, you know, this is a hospital, so I'm sure it is some part funded by the federal government, so they probably are getting a per diem or whatever you want to call it, a prevailing wage. So I agree. I don't shop at Walmart unless I absolutely necessarily have to. It's been open for 20 years, and I bet I haven't been there 30 times in 20 years. I bet it's been open longer than that. And I bet I haven't been there 30 times. Okay? I only go there when I absolutely, necessarily, positively have to be there. I probably have been there 3-4 times this year. That's the only reason why, because I had to go there. But I did, for probably the first 15 years they were open, I was never there. Never. We got another grocery store that's across the street, Myers. It's unionized. We go there. I don't go to Walmart because of the way they treat their people. The biggest drain on the American society today is Walmart. They're the biggest employer in the United States by far, and 98% or 99% of their employees can qualify for government assistance. How is that right? But yet they profit 10, 12, $15 billion every quarter. If you're that much of a profit margin, then pay your employees enough to where they can live. And if you go to Walmart or you go to Myers, the gas is the same price, and the food is within 1 or 2 cents from each other. So who is making more money off in their stuff? Walmart's not paying their employees $15, $18, $20 an hour. They're paying a minimum wage. They're giving them 25 or 24 hours a week. But I did hear they're going to be closed Christmas Day so their 2 cashiers can be home with the families. So, all right, everybody, it's 8:29. I'm going to get out of here. I got to get going. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace. Y'all be safe. Stay safe, stay warm, stay dry, stay cool if you have to, but stay yourself. And we will see you later. I will be on tomorrow morning around 7:30, 7:45, somewhere around there, but we will see you then. Y'all have a great day. Take care. I'm going to go see my son for a few minutes. He's here before he goes home. But y'all have a good one.